So here's the situation. It's currently 6 a.m. and 1 hour ago at 5 a.m. I was stood in a queue for a product launch, but I got to the queue and it was extremely long, and I asked the guys how long they had been there already, and people started queuing from last night already. So I realized I wasn't going to get this product launch, some pair of shoes, not that important anyway. So I thought, hey, look at this weather, instead of going back to bed, we're definitely going to head out, catch the sunrise, and I've got just the right location. Let's go do this. So I decided this morning to come hang out at our brand new office. Check this out. Got some table tennis going on, as well as a pool table and a foosball table over there. But I'm not here to practice my pool skills. Instead, I was here, of course, to take all of this and check this out. This is insane. So got the whole view of the skyline of the city of London behind us, and this is just the perfect sunrise spot. Not only is the view just breathtakingly phenomenal, come check this out. Look at all those tones building up in the clouds and the sky with all that texture. It's just beautiful. So, I mean, we really picked the perfect morning to come here. And the great other thing is I'm the only photographer here and probably one of the first photographers ever to come enjoy a sunrise here, if not the very first. So, what a great place to work. Besides from the normal job perks, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 ain't too bad either. But right now, enjoying these perks for sure. So, let me talk you through my setup. Recording some stuff over here. It's actually voice activated, so I can't tell you what it is, but you can figure it out. I just don't want it to terminate the operation. You really need to pick my words carefully there. And then over here is the tripod and my DSLR camera, which is the main player today. 35mm lens, which is kind of wide angle, and that allows me to capture all the way from the Shard back here. How awesome. St. Paul's Cathedral and the City of London back here. So trying to frame that all in one shot. Got the tripod set up using some graduated filters just to blend in the sky. Look how bright that is compared to the foreground. And then yeah, just over the morning, just gonna keep taking photos, keep going, and then somewhere between just before sunrise where we are now and post sunrise, I'm sure there'll be some good shots along the way. So let's go do that. Some time has passed and it's gotten considerably lighter now, but there's still some really good tones going on, as you can see by the golden light hitting my face, which is because the sun's already risen now and we're in the middle of the golden hour. But what I want to show you guys is the results, because I've actually switched away from the 35mm lens, which allowed me, like I said, to capture the whole skyline. And before we move on to the shots that I've took on the 85mm lens, let's take a quick look at the shots with the 35mm lens. So what did you think of those? Pretty cool, eh? I'm pretty happy with them anyway. Now, I've switched away from the 35mm lens, which is quite wide angle, to the 85mm lens, which is quite telephoto. And the reason why I've done that is because I want to, instead of focusing on the entire skyline, pick out some finer details. And the first place I pointed my camera at was St. Paul's here, and I could frame it just right with a bit of the buildings in the foreground as well as the walkie-talkie back here. Let me expose that right for you guys. So yeah, that's the composition. And pretty cool shot. After that, I moved over here and pointed the camera down here towards the Shard. And again, similar idea, just to keep some of these buildings in the foreground to add a lot of depth to the scene and just show what a grand vista this is, and just adds a lot of scale to the city. And then of course, focusing on the sunrise tones. Let me show you those again. Back here, look at that beautiful yellow-orange glow coming on, forming the perfect background for the Shard, just towering above all. So that's my thought process, and what a great morning it's been. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I was actually standing in a queue. I was going to stand there for like 5-6 hours to walk away with a pair of sneakers, and that would have been fun too, but I think got lucky in the end by not being able to queue and having this stunning view instead. How good. Now the best part of this actually being my office is I can just leave my camera here carefree, just walk away and go grab a coffee. How good. I mean, where else in London can you do that so carefree? I would never ever leave my camera gear unattended because, no. I've headed a few floors higher and check this out. This is the top floor actually, and these windows back here just look awesome because they perfectly frame St. Paul's Cathedral back here. And we still got a little bit of sunrise tones left at the back, which just looks perfectly color-wise, just stunning. And what I thought I'd do is, I thought I'd take some selfies actually, which is pretty awesome because if you stand back here in the window frame, it gives a lot of sense of scale and just highlights that officeness feel. Officeness feel? Is that a word? I don't know. But you get a bit of an office feel with the person standing there, a lot of scale, just looks epic, like you're the king of the castle, boss of the city. That's exactly the look I was going for. Don't know if the red North Face jacket is the perfect office look, but red always pops and just makes your subject stand out. So I thought I'd take a sneaky little selfie and let me show you guys how I went about that. So there's my composition, me standing here in the window frame. What I did to make this happen is put the camera here on the tripod and then use manual focus, which is really key, using my 85mm prime, but that's not so important. The important thing is that you set your lens to manual focus and then try figure out where you want to focus. So I focused here on this window frame, made that nice and sharp, and then when I stood next to the window frame, I knew I'd be in focus. And then the next thing you want to think about is aperture. You don't want to shoot wide open, so I shot at f11, which gave me plenty depth of field to make sure that I was in focus, as well as the cathedral in the background. And then the most important part when taking selfies with your camera and tripod is of course the self-timer. So I always hit the button, 10 seconds, sprinted back there, pulled out a pose, and then yeah, the rest is history. So with that being said, let me show you what that looks like in practice. Well, that concludes this little office tour of mine. I think sunrise this morning was just perfect, epic colors, and what a great setting with St. Paul's and the city in the background. Just couldn't have asked for a better composition and better weather conditions to match. So what an epic morning, and thanks for joining me on this adventure. By the way, St. Paul's Cathedral is not the only cool view we have in this office. Check this out. Also got the London Eye peeking out back here, always cool as well. But I think this vlog is going on for far too long already, so it's time to end it. Thanks for watching. I'd appreciate it if you'd give me a like, comment, and subscribe, because I do want to grow this channel together with you guys, and I hope to see you on the future adventure. Bye for now.